As you can see, I'm out here sweating. I'm out here working. Ivy had a late night, so I'm letting her rest. She stayed up watching Netflix, but I just want to show you guys this lumber load I got out of New York headed to Tennessee. And I'm gonna show you guys how one would do the tarp by himself. I've got one tarp on. All the load looks the same. You see the load behind me? All the load looks the same. There's the back tarp. You always tarp from the rear first. I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like. I'll walk you around. Okay guys, this is what the load looks like so far. I just took a little break here just to show you guys how you would do something like this by yourself. You always tarp from the rear first, because if the wind's going over the top of the truck, the wind's going like this travel direction, it'll blow your tarp up if you don't have the tarps layered the correct way. So always tarp from the rear. And I'll show you what I'm talking about when I get the smoke tarp out. This load is almost 53 feet long. That's about how much trailer I got left, and the trailer's 53 feet. So I have to use all three tarps. You'll do your end tarp with the flap on the end so you can cover the rear, your smoke tarp, and then up there is another end tarp. The forklift operator put it up there for me, so guys, don't worry about you know, carrying the tarp on your shoulder, all three of them up the ladder and stuff like that. Most of the time, if you just ask, or most of the time actually they know you need to put the tarps up there, so they'll put it up there for you with the forklift. And now I'm going to get up here and throw the smoke tarp, and I'll start recording again and show you guys what that looks like. Side note, when you're by yourself, or your partner will be with you, when you unroll your tarp and you drop it off the sides, if you're by yourself, come back down, put your smoke tarp on the end of that tarp to hold it down. Put you a bungee on each corner like that. That's not the permanent place for the bungee, but just put it there so it'll hold it. And each corner around there is done like that the same way. Because you can see and hear it. See how the tarp moves? If I didn't have these bungees here, the tarp would fly up. And as heavy as these tarps are, believe it or not, they act like a parachute. So they will come off the load, and you don't want that. So you put your smoke tarp on top of it to hold the top down. Come down as fast as you can, safely. Come down the ladder, bungee your corners. All right, I'm gonna get up here and show the smoke tarp, and then I'll start recording again and show you guys what that looks like. Smoke tarp is done, guys. Got the tarp up there holding the top down. Came down, bungeed my four corners where the blue tarp is lifted up, right there. That's where the corner is bungeed at. That's not the permanent place, like I said before. That just holds it down, keep the wind from taking it. Now I'm gonna roll my last tarp out, and after that I'll come down the ladder and I'll fold up my slack down here and stuff like that. I'll fold that up and make sure it's nice and neat and bungee and everything, and then we'll be ready to hit the road. And this load's going to Tennessee, so we got a nice little ways to go with it, 800 something miles. Another quick tip about tarping, just gonna make it quick. Always plan your escape. I put my ladder at the front because you never want to walk on a tarp, because you don't know what that load may do underneath it. You may not remember what the load looks like. So always plan your escape before you go up. I put my ladder at the front and I tarp from the back to the front, and then when I finish, I come back to the front and tarp it, and come down. Now, when I roll that tarp out, I'll be finished, and then I can just come down and I can get my access up, and then I can put the ladder back. But yeah, just a little great tip about tarping. Just make sure that you plan your escape, and always tarp from the back to the front for aerodynamic reasons. All right, guys, I'll check back in a minute. All right, guys, that's the third tarp on. I'm gonna get the ladder back out and pull those wrinkles out. You want it to be flat like this. I'm gonna just pull those wrinkles out, but that's what it looks like. This is a 3 tarp load, and you can see where I layered it: blue, black, blue. Your black tarp is always going to be your middle tarp. That's your smoke tarp. But that's how you do it. And I'm gonna fold up the excess, and I'll check back in with you guys and show you guys what that looks like folded up. It's not much to it. You just kind of tuck it up under there and then bungee it. But I'll still show it to you guys just so you guys know. But I'm gonna straighten that out and bungee up the side, and then I'll check back in with you guys. Guess who woke up? Anyway,
I'm alive and well.
I'm gonna show you guys how to roll this tarp up. I learned this down in Laredo. You're gonna grab the tarp on the end. You're gonna roll it.
Talk a little bit louder so they can hear you over the wind.
Yeah, you're just gonna roll it. Just keep rolling it. Make sure it's tight. Just keep rolling it, keep rolling it. Alright, when you get to the deck of the trailer, stop it there and hold it. You already lined your bungees up on your D-rings. If you want to show them the D-rings.
Yeah.
You already put your bungees.
That's a D-ring.
Yeah. You already set your bungees up. So grab your bungee, run it on the underside of the rubber rail so you have that. Take your bungee for now, hook it back to itself.
This isn't a very good example, but like it would be like this if the tarp was at the right height.
Yeah, so looking at this one. Okay, say we just did what I just did. My bungee's on the inside of the rubber rail. I just rolled it. I'm gonna take the bungee, go under, hook it back to itself. We'll come back to it. I'll show you what to do. So
but this just holds it in place so the roll doesn't come out.
Right, so you got your roll. It'll start rolling itself, but it just makes it easier. So roll it some more. Inside of the rubber rail. Back to itself. Same thing, just keep doing it. Make sure the tarp is touching the deck of the trailer. You want to create a seal. That way it doesn't blow up in the wind. Same thing.
Because just because it's windy right now and it's not blowing up doesn't mean that when you get to 65 miles per hour that it's gonna stay down, because it won't.
You just keep doing the same thing. Just keep rolling it. This is, I can't remember who left the comment, but somebody asked us, is tarping hard? And we said, no, it's not hard. It's just exhausting. This is the exhausting part. It's tedious. You do it over and over again. It's repetition. Moving on. I'm just doing the same thing over and over again. All right, guys. We're at the back of the load. Now remember when I said you hook it back to itself? This is what it looks like now. You're gonna take the one that's on the outside of the rubber rail, the hook. Take it on the outside of the rubber rail. Take that one off. Move it to the next one. You're gonna have to put some strength into it. If it doesn't reach like that, go straight down with it. Come up as far as you can. And see, it reaches now. Same thing here. Outside of the rubber rail, so I'm gonna grab this one. Take it off. Give me some. And hook. Outside of rubber rail, same thing. This is just a guideline for loads that happen to be nice and square like this, or semi-square, I guess. Not every load of tarp is gonna look like this, or you're gonna be able to do this. But this is just a method to make it look nice and neat. Same thing. Outside the rubber rail.
This should always be an easy tarp job. Once you get used to it, it should always be easy.
Right. Lumber should always be easy once you get used to it. Like we said in the comments, it's just exhausting. And for my bigger people, don't think you can't do it because you're big. This will give you a nice workout, make you sweat. Make sure you stay hydrated. Now see this one, I don't have a D-ring to go to. I just have the little O-rings. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to reach that one. If I can't, I'm gonna put it in that one. So I can reach the top one. See how that provided a little bit of pull back there? That keeps the tarps down, like I was saying in the other video about the aerodynamics of the tarp. You don't want this to parachute, bubble up, and you'll be in big trouble if a tarp blows off and covers up somebody's car, because one of these tarps can't cover a car. Same thing with here. Looking at the outside of the rubber rail, coming down. And for guys that don't know like about bungees, how I'm getting more out of it is they're rubber. I'm coming down with my body weight, squat down, I'm pulling, I'm coming up as tight as I can, keeping it tight, and I'm going to the next one. Now, these don't have a DOT rating. These actually, I believe how it goes. Sorry guys, the forklift is coming. Saying was, these don't have a DOT load rating, so you can't use these to secure something on your catwalk or just on the deck of the trailer, because these can break at any given moment. And like they tell you in orientation, how do you know when a bungee's bad? When it breaks. So that's how you know. So this one, see how the tarps are different, the D-rings are in different places, so I don't have somewhere where I can come back up to. So now I'm gonna go under the trailer with this last one. If you want to film under the trailer, see these cross beams, hook your bungees to the cross beams. Don't hook them up here.
Like me.
Yeah, don't hook those up there, because if they come back and snap you in the eye, you know. But that's pretty much it. Now for the short.
Also guys, just real quick, if you had, like, say you had a bungee going from here to here, and you're trying to come back up with it, this is really pointy. You want to make sure that if you do have a bungee that needs to go there, try not to ever put one there, but if you do have a bungee that's going to be rubbing up against it, just to check it in transit, because you definitely need to be cautious of it, because if it does come undone or if it does break rubbing up against it, then you're going to want to replace it.
And to prevent that, if you don't have a choice and you have to put it there, get you some padding or just something like a spare rag.
Yeah.
Tuck it in between the bungee.
Yeah.
It'll keep it.
But sometimes the tarps just fall that way, and
yeah,
you have to do it, but try not to.
Yeah, try to avoid it if you can. Now see on this one, see how much shorter the tarp is on this side, or how much lower the D-rings are? I'm just doing the same thing I did on the other one, but it's just lower. It's just lower. So I'm just stretching it. You can see the pull it creates, and I hook it to the next one. Boom. But that's not as tight as I would like. You should be able to do that with your bungees.
Yeah, so you can hook it underneath the trailer.
Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll leave it hooked up, I'll pull it tight, and I'll look for a cross beam under the trailer and hook it. Okay, now with this one, I mean, because you don't want this to bubble up right here. That'll come out in the wind. So I'm trying to see if I can hook it somewhere. If you can't, don't worry about it. But what I could do is take it out the rubber rail. Hook it. See how I come straight back and then I come down right here?
Yeah, there's no rule on how to keep that tarp down, so just try to, you know.
Just make it work for you. See, now this, I don't really like this, because in transit, this may come up. Wind will get up under that. That messed up my seal. So you just fix it. Like she said, there's no rule. There's no rule. Just fix it. Take the time to fix it. If you don't take the time to take the 30 seconds to fix it now, you're going to spend 2 hours later on the side of the road trying to get your tarp up out the highway. What I'll do with this one is, I'll just go straight down with it. My seal may be good enough where this will stay in. Okay. Now we got to do the front and the back. All right. This is the front, guys. Okay, my flap is down. Okay, you just make sure you leave enough tarp to fold around, like a birthday present or something. You just wrap the corners around first. On the front, you want the flap on the outside, because when the aerodynamics once again plays into part, you're gonna bungee this around like that, or right here is fine. Whatever one looks neater. Just bungee it around.
Because if you were to put the flap first and then wrap it around, the air would be able to get up underneath it.
Right, and it would mess up your tarp job. So that's all there is to it, guys. The front and back is the same way. Now on the back, you put the flap first and then do this part on the outside because of aerodynamics. Same thing. You want to make the load smooth. You want to make it streamlined on the trailer. That's the goal of tarping. That's the main goal of tarping. Make sure the load is streamlined. That's the point of tarping.